Hello children. So in previous class we have discussed the fourth chapter, climate of India. So till the seasons, the winter and summer, we have discussed the last topic. So today we are going to discuss about what is advancing monsoon and remaining topics. So now what is advancing monsoon? The climate of our India is very strongly influenced by the monsoon winds. The sailors who came to India during the olden days, previous days, what they have done, they have noticed the regular periodic reversal of winds. They used these winds to sail towards the Indian coast. So when the sailors, when they came to our India, what they have observed, they have noticed these winds, the monsoon winds, regular reversal winds. So what they have done, they have used this wind to move from. So they used these winds to move to come to the our Indian coast. The Arab traders named this seasonal reversible of wind system as monsoon. So the Arab people who are there, the traders, the business people who are come to our country to do the business. So what these type of winds, they have given a name. What it is called? The monsoon. The monsoon forms in the tropical area approximately between 20 degrees north and 20 degrees south latitudes. The monsoons, so in the tropical area, it has approximately between how much? The 20 degrees north and 20 degrees south latitudes. The southeast monsoon winds from the southern hemisphere, it will carry the moisture as they flow over the Indian Ocean and towards the equatorial low pressure zones. After crossing the equator, these winds will defect towards the low pressure formed in the Indian subcontinent. The heating of all the land creates the low pressure on the landmass of Indian subcontinent, especially the over central India and the Gangetic plain. Along with this, the Tibetan plateau, it will get intensely heated and causes a strong vertical air currents, and the formation of the low pressure over the plateau at above 9 kilometers altitude. Then they flow as to the southwest monsoon. So after this they will flow as what? The southwest monsoon side. The India peninsula divides them into the two branches. What is that? The Arabian Sea branch and the Bay of Bengal branch. These two branches. The Bay of Bengal branch, it will strikes the Bengal coast and the southern face of the Shillong plateau. Then it's get deflected and it will flows to the westwards along the Gangetic Valley. The Arabian Sea branch arrives the west coast of India and moves northwards. Both the branches reach India by the beginning of what? June, which is known as the onset of monsoon. We call it as what? The onset of monsoon. They gradually spread over the entire country in 4 to 5 weeks. The bulk of the annual rainfall in India is received from which side? The southwest monsoon. The amount of rainfall is very high along the west coast due to the western Ghats, and in northeast India due to the high peaked hills. Because of the high peaked hills, it will cause the Tamil Nadu coast, the Coromandel. However, it will remains mostly dry during this season as it is in the rain shadow area of the Arabian Sea branch and is parallel to the Bay of Bengal branch. Retreating monsoon. From the month of October to November, it is a period of the transition from hot wet conditions to the dry wet conditions. The retreat of the monsoons, it will be marked by what? A clear skies, and it will be a very rise in the temperature. The land is still moist. Owing to the conditions of high temperature, the humidity and the weather becomes rather oppressive. This is commonly known as what? The October heat. The low pressure conditions which have over the northwestern India, it will move far to south to the center of the Bay of Bengal by the early November. During this period, the cyclonic depressions are common which originate over the Andaman area. These tropical cyclones are often very destructive. The thickly populated deltas of the Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri are their targets. No year ever goes disaster free. Occasionally, the three tropical cyclone will visit Sundarbans and Bangladesh. Bulk of the rainfall of the Coromandel coast is derived from the depressions and the cyclones. Here in the diagram, the map 3 and map 4, you can see that in map 3, the India, it is onset of southwest monsoon. You can see here in the dates he have given on the 1st July how it is onsetting of the southwest monsoon, and the 15th July, 15th June, you can see here in the map the lines, right? So in the near lines he has given the dates. So it means on the dates in our India the onset of southwest monsoon is happening. In the same way, if you see the map 4, it is in our India, it is withdrawal of southwest monsoon. It means, see, you can see the lines here, it is coming down here, and here also he have given the dates of 5th September, 1st September, 15th October, 1st November. So like this date. So on that dates, it will be withdrawal of the southwest monsoons. In the Indian tradition, a year is divided into 2 monthly seasons. This cycle of seasons that people in North and Central India follow the basis on their practical experiences and age-old perception of weather phenomena. There is a slight variation in the timing of the seasons between the northern and the southern India. So the traditional Indian seasons are there. It is divided into 2. So what is that seasons? First of all, look at the table here. First seasons, second is months according to the Indian calendar, and next months according to the Western calendar. So what is the first season here? Vasanta. So in that, what is there? Chaitra and Vaishakha. It means according to Western, it means March and April. So like this, second is Garishma, third is Varsha, Sharad, Hemanta, Shishira. So all these are the seasons. Next, coming to months. ಚೈತ್ರ, ವೈಶಾಖ, ಜ್ಯೇಷ್ಠ, ಆಷಾಢ, ಶ್ರಾವಣ, ಭಾದ್ರ, ಅಶ್ವಯುಜ, ಕಾರ್ತೀಕ, ಮೃಗಶಿರ, ಪುಷ್ಯ, ಮಾಘ, Phalguna. These are the months according to our Indian calendar. Coming to according to the Western calendar, what is that? March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December and January, February. So these are the traditionals of Indian seasons. Global warming and climate change. As our earth started to take its shape from a fireball to the planet, many gases will be released. Different types of gases will be released. These gases did not escape into outer space because the earth gravitational pulls and it holds them back. The earth gravitational, it will pull down to the gases. So that's why any gases, it can't go outer layer from the earth. A thin layer of gases surrounds the earth and it provides several important benefits. For example, the oxygens that we breathe daily and the ozone that protects us from harmful rays from the sun. What are the sun rays are there? The ozone layer, it will protect from the sun rays. And the nitrogen that our plants use to make proteins that we need. This layer of gases is the medium through which fresh water is circulated and it also keeps us warm. Keeping us warm is one of the most important things that the atmosphere does for us. Because if we are warm, then only our body temperature will be and it will be normal. It is like a light but very effective and blanket enveloping earth. You will recall from the 9th that the atmosphere traps a lot of solar energy that reaches our earth by preventing it from the totally escaping back into the space. This is called greenhouse effect. This is important and vital for life to survive on this planet. If the earth did not have the atmosphere, then it would be very cold indeed. However, since the 19th century, the planet has been warming up very rapidly. There is a very increase in and concerns about this. Why this concern? After all, the earth has been through many cycles of warming and cooling. So, what is so special about it? Earlier, the cycles of cooling and warming happened over very long periods of time. For the very long period, it used to take the time for the warming and cooling. This allowed most of the life on earth the time to adapt to the changes. The problem now is that the heating is much more rapid and could lead to the changes. Much of the warming that has been occurring since the Industrial Revolution is because of the human activities which are doing. Because of that Industrial Revolution, much more warming is occurring here. Hence, the current global warming trend is called AGW. It is nothing but anthropogenic global warming. And anthropogenic means caused by the humans. Caused by the humans is known as what? The anthropogenic global warming. More recently, the scientists are discovering very large volumes of methane under the frozen tundras of the northern latitudes. As global temperature will increases, the ice in the tundra melts. The methane that is trapped under the ice, it will escapes into the atmosphere. increasing the global temperatures, that in turn it causes the more ice to melt, and after that it will releasing even more ethane. Methane is said to be even more powerful than the carbon dioxide. The methane is more powerful as than the what? The carbon dioxide as a greenhouse gas. AGW and climate change. The AGW is nothing but anthropogenic global warming is causing many changes in the distribution of what? Heat in the earth system. Remember how atmospheric and oceanic circulations keep redistributing the heat in the world. The AGW disturbs this and the redistribution system. The disturbances itself is not so much of the problem. It is rapidity with which it happening. When the redistribution system is disrupted, the weather and climate patterns will be changed. Long-term changes will happen from the accumulations of short-term changes. It means the climate changes will happen from long-term to short-term. An international effort to form an agreement whereby all the countries try to reduce their emission of greenhouse gases, they has to so far not been achieved. An international organization is there, what it is called? Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, IPCC. It was formed to address this issue. It has held many conferences to work out a treaty among the nations of the world to reduce the AGW and try to slow down the process of the climate changes. None of these have been successful. The IPCC 2015 Paris Summit came to one agreement. For what purpose? To reduce the greenhouse gases emission in order to the limit the rise in the global average temperature. It have to well below 2 degrees Celsius above pre-industrialization level. On this agreement, total 195 countries have signed on the papers. They have agreed for this. Broadly, the disagreements are between the developed countries, mainly industrialized, economically more advanced countries of the West, and developing countries like countries that are not industrialized. Developed countries want to developing countries to cut down on burning coal and other activities that add greenhouse gases to the atmosphere. The developing countries they will argue that the developed countries developed precisely by burning fuels when they were developing. The developing countries says that their economic development will be seriously damaged if they don't burn the fuels, and fuels like what? Coal. And that developed countries should not their fair share of work to help find alternatives that can help the developing countries to the progress. Most scientists from around the world they agree on this much. The AGW is real. It is happening and it is leading to the rapid climate changes. They want that severe weather and other changes will be increased in the coming years and threaten life as we know it. One of the human activities that contribute to the global warming is what? Deforestation. The last topic is impact of climate change on India. Though a rise of 20 degrees Celsius in average temperature may appear to be small, it would result in a rise of 1 meter in sea levels by early next century. It would affect the large portions of our coastal areas and millions of people would have to be shifted. They would lose their livelihoods also. Nearly 200 squatter families living in Nonadanga. It is located in East Kolkata. From the past few years are in the process of being evicted by the Kolkata Metropolitan Development Authority. It is nothing but KMDA. So many of the families came to Kolkata in search of work. After the Alia super cyclone, they ravaged Sundarbans in 2009. On March 30, the slum was bulldozed aimed heavy police presence. What? On the date of March 30, the slum was bulldozed. The heavy police presence and some hutments were set on fire. The recurrent thunderstorms over the past few days have meant sleepless and soiled nights for nearly 700 people who have been rendered the homeless. They work as house helps, rickshaw pullers and construction laborers. So all they will work as what? The rickshaws or the construction laborers, like all this. So they have lost their homes. The other effect would be on rainfall. This is likely to be more erratic and lead to greater imbalances. Some places are likely to receive the excess rainfall whereas others would get less than normal. Hence, droughts and floods are expected to increase. This would affect the agriculture pattern and people's livelihood to a great extent. The faster melting of Himalayan glaciers would disturb the livelihood of freshwater fisher flow as their natural habitat of fish is affected. Similarly, freak weather conditions that you read about are likely to increase. Climate change is something that will happen at the global level. Therefore, it will